I mean,
well, so then back to
stress level.
Let's do the impact.
Ed, let's do the let's. Well, we're talking about being super healthy. Let's do a shot of Jaeger.
Cheers, everyone.
What do you do? Wheatgrass?
Hey, I'm trying not to wear sunglasses. I want your input on this. If you don't wear sunglasses, if you wear sunglasses, you're blocking light, which fucks up your circadian rhythm, and your circadian rhythm directly delegates hormones. So you can lower your. I think wearing sunglasses lowers your testosterone.
That's dumb.
Look, I don't wear sunglasses only because I wear glasses, like prescription lenses. And for me to change between sunglasses and prescription lenses is just too much of an effort.
You'd never do the ones that automatically change?
No, I don't like those.
No, I would never do that.
I hate
either.
those. Those transition lenses.
That's fucking nerd shit.
No.
That's like giving up. Like that's yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
That's like buying fucking shoes with Velcro. That's
No.
you're just giving up on life.
Well, so you're obviously your sunglasses.
These are prescription, motherfucker. You
All
got
right.
that right.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only thing I have to say about this argument of fucking wearing sunglasses lowers your testosterone is that what you're saying is that anybody who lives in Maine or Colorado
This is true.
Canada has lower testosterone than Florida.
Yes.
I don't think that's true.
So I'm gonna go get. I've never done it before. I'm gonna go get my test panel done. It's theoretically it's really low right now because I'm cutting. I'm eating minimal carbs.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go into my bulk phase of like a year and a half of bulking, after a month, I'm gonna go do testosterone.
Yeah,
I'm
but
curious.
Don't you think that all the food and all the cutting and all the whatever the fuck shit you're doing is going to affect your testosterone more than the amount of light that comes through sunglasses into your eyeballs?
Potentially, but I think if like with what I'm doing, every little bit counts. And if I'm already, so if you go under 10% body fat, your testosterone is fucked with. But if I'm going under 10% and I'm wearing sunglasses,
Well, and you're in your fucking mid 40s. I mean, that's another thing that's going to affect your testosterone.
no,
greatly.
I'm as far when my tracker watch says I'm younger than Ed,
But I mean, that's all fucking whatever.
and Ed's tracker watch says he's
that
he's
biological
older.
age
Ed's
shit.
tracker watch says he's older than PR.
I believe it. I believe that. But
It says I'm 44.1 years old.
older
Jesus.
than me, dude. God damn, old man. But I mean, yeah, that biological age shit, I get it. It's cool, but
My biological age is 35.
that's not gonna fucking matter with regard to your endocrine system.
We'll see. We're
Like,
gonna see. I'll bring
you're
you
over
results.
40, dude. It's gonna happen with testosterone. I got a lot of friends I got a friend of mine who he's ugly as sin, but he's in great shape. He's a firefighter. He is fucking low T, and he's in his late 30s. Just the fucking and he never wears sunglasses.
I think that this issue it's not just like a natural thing. I think it's people that eat like shit.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, I think that I would say more than sunglasses, I do think that I've not heard the sunglasses thing, but I do think stress levels and I do think lifestyle has an impact.
I mean,
Well,
of
so
course,
then back
fucking
to-
stress level.
let's do the impact.
Ed, let's do the let's. Well, we're talking about being super healthy. Let's do a shot of Jaeger.
Cheers, everyone.
What do you do? Wheatgrass?
No,
Cheers.
it's empty. Back to the circadian
We should get
rhythm.
you some
If you're a
wheatgrass.
firefighter, you're like 24 hours on, 3 days off. Shit, you're fucking with your sleep rhythm.
True.
And that's gonna drop the bottom out of your testosterone.
Yeah. That's big, thick plumber chick. The homo chick. Beat the dick like a motherfucking drummer chick.
All right. Well,
Well, just as on
Sorry, I
that,
didn't
on
mean to
that
get
issue,
distracted.
my comment is that my testosterone levels have been on the way down, and it's not because I don't wear sunglasses, so we can take that off the.
It's not because you wear sunglasses, because you're more
I
than
know,
half a
that's-
century year old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why.
It's actually, I think that's the more kind of fundamental rule
of
there.
course. Now, also though, anything that can give you assistance, I have no problem with. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, and if it helps, it fucking helps.
Yeah.
Like rad.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot of other aspects in your life that are affecting it in a way that, like wearing sunglasses, if you enjoy wearing sunglasses, is the risk is not worth, or the payoff is not worth the risk.
I do
so
think
I'm
that
trying to
there's a-
figure out sunglasses, like, and even to that point, I
they help
I quit
in every way.
In the last month, I haven't been wearing ball caps because
I would never wear a
I'm
hat.
inside most of the time.
I don't wear
It
hats
serves,
because I don't want
it
to fuck
serves
with
no
his hair,
purpose.
baby. No, I don't want to wear a hat because whatever they say, I know they've looked up Mythbusters and shit. I can't keep my beautiful hair underneath a hat for that long. But sunglasses, there are like extensive studies about the damage to your eyes. In Florida, we are closer to the equator than you are somewhere in the Northeast. So like we're closer to the fucking sun. Like there are a lot of studies that sunglasses are good for you.
With wearing glasses like I do, when you are in the sun,
It like magnifies.
it magnifies the
Hell
sun
yeah.
into my eyes, and I
Got
can
that
tell you
right.
that it's very often I'm driving and I'm thinking, I wish I had a pair of sunglasses,
100%.
right? Because it's just too bright into my eye. So I would say that, to hell with the testosterone implications, I would be rather wearing, because I get to my destination and I almost have a headache.
Do all the gels fall into your fucking won't use medicine category?
Do what? Does what? Gels?
They have like very advanced methods of replacing testosterone. And I mean, I know they have gels.
Oh, I'm not going to do any
That's what I was asking. Is that
extracurricular test.
no, I not test, but are you going like if your test? So let's say your testosterone is low when you test, and you stop wearing sunglasses, and you pray to Yahweh, and you fucking shake a dream catcher, and all that doesn't work, and your T is still low. Are you going to be against using testosterone
injections?
supplements?
Yeah, I'm going to figure out how to do it
Without using those?
Yeah, like
All
I
right.
did with my cholesterol.
Well, I actually took the.
I have, hard evidence that I could change in 3-4 weeks. I think that there's a possibility that if the numbers are off, which is I'm all for figuring out the numbers, but if the numbers are off, then I need to alter something in my life to naturally produce testosterone.
I agree that it's possible. I mean, obviously, I also would argue that you fixing your cholesterol without that is completely unconnected to any other function of the body. Just because you could do it there doesn't mean you can do it anywhere else. Like you don't think that you could fucking munch on fucking ginger root and cure cancer. Like cancer, the only cure that we know of to get out of cancer are the fucking machines, the fucking medicines we have.
I disagree with that.
You think that you could have fucking
I think
cancer?
I think you can set your body in a correct pH, healthy with different supplements, and attempt to figure that out before doing radiation.
So I mean, you should read. Like there are a lot of like influencers who have recently died doing that.
I'll just ask my buddy Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Well, there's also influencers who they were like, well, I'm going to try and do it natural at first, and by the time they finally gave up on
They're
trying to
dead?
be natural, they fucking died.
I think with those kind of things, and even with testosterone, I think you gotta experiment with what works for you. And I do think there's a combination. There are certain. I tried for many years with those injections. They are the most painful injections I've ever had.
Why?
Because it's kind of
It
it's like a
burns?
gel almost. Yeah, it's not like a normal injection you take. It is.
Yeah, but they have lotions. They have shit that's less intrusive than an
Well,
injection.
no, this
don't they?
was like once every
Like,
6
don't they have
months.
shit you put in your armpit?
No, this was like in your ass. You had in your bum cheek. You had this thing it took like about a few minutes to take the injection. Super painful, and then you had a sore kind of bump on your butt for a few days. And I stopped taking that because
Could've
then I
made a lot
heard
of
the
jokes
other.
there.
Beauty is pain, baby.
I could have made jokes about the bump and the soreness of his ass.
The other evidence though is that once you start supporting your testosterone levels
You're fucked.
from an
Your
external,
body.
yeah, then your body stops producing it naturally, right? So that's so you do one thing and then you get another thing,
Of course.
right? So the way that I've tried to address that issue now is really just through living a healthier life. Lifestyle decisions, which I do agree with Trevor on to an extent, though. So to you, for example, that's living a good life, a healthy life, and you are healthy, you can follow lifestyle decisions. There are certain people who have health issues, and they can't do all the things that you are doing.
Not just health issues, fucking life issues. No, it's rare that somebody can dedicate the fucking hours and time and food, like food caloric restrictions to the fucking regimen he's doing. Like that's not feasible for most people.
Yeah,
most
because
people
your day
are
is your day. You can
most people
decide
are
in
working
your
50
day.
hours a day where they have to clock in, clock out. There's no fucking choice in between.
No choice, yeah.
And they got 2 screaming brats at home and a terrible fucking wife, and they're standing there like, what the fuck am I supposed? How the fuck am I supposed to go to gym for 3 hours?
They shouldn't
like,
have gotten into that predicament in the first place.
yeah, but again, dude,
But-
you can't just argue personal responsibility. Like, if you always argue personal responsibility, we're gonna lose a lot of our fucking listeners because it's not in their control. Like, people can't just feasibly. Yes, if they made a mistake when they were 24 and had a brat with some terrible woman, they can't just fucking write it off now. They can't just get rid of their.
But what
stupid
about
kid.
if you've been a great academic and now you're a doctor at an emergency room at one of the best hospitals in the world, right? So you do understand all the benefits, but you do happen to work 18-hour shifts. Right? You don't have an opportunity for the gym. You don't have an opportunity to eat other than what's on the hospital food, right? You're at the top of your game.
And those are the people that are making society better.
Yeah.
If people who are obsessed with that kind of fucking job, if you're some cardiologist who's obsessed with your job and you're 47 and your obsession creates you to experiment and come up with new shit that we fucking need that help people, I'm all for that shit. But they're not going to be able to follow in your path. I think we're drawing a pretty good distinction here. I like this. I like what we should be doing is testing mine versus your numbers constantly and seeing what's going on. And
do you want to go at the same time?
I'll keep putting in fucking poisons and shit. I'm never going to, like, how much I drink alcohol, but I do also, by the way, I've ran 13 miles in the last 2 days. So, but I'm also pro medicine, pro drugs, pro whatever it is that it will get me there that science can give me. And we can just periodically check in. I'm never going to be better than you, but I bet you I'll be close enough that people who can't afford to do the lifestyle that you're doing could fucking be like, well, there's an inspiration.
Let's
there's
go.
somebody.
Let's do this.
I like it.
I'm
I mean,
in.
what's you're going 10%?
Yeah.
I don't know. What am I going to be? Fucking 18%, 19% body fat? I
If you
can't be
drop-
that fucking
No,
fat.
I think you are probably pretty close to something. I wouldn't say you're 10.
I mean, I got to be fucking pretty
but you're
thin.
close.
I can tell you,
Yeah.
I'm getting close to my like post college thinness.
I'm bringing the scale next time.
Oh, you mean scale for like BMI and shit? Because I'll
What?
tell you what I weigh this morning.
No, body fat.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know about that, but I can tell you what I weigh. I'm 6 foot tall, and I weighed 173.6 this morning. I looked it up on a fucking like list. That is very low. That is extremely in the healthy side, and it's kind of normal for a runner, even a runner who fucking drinks like I drink, which is a lot of alcohol.
Yeah. So here's, now that we're talking about this and we're having this kind of discussion, one of the things that I want to put to you guys is that when we have our conversations with us as friends, do we put on, are we sincere? What I want to ask you guys, because I question myself about this, right? Sometimes when I talk to people, like this morning, Trevor and I were having a conversation, right? And sometimes when I answer his questions, or when I answer Nick's questions, or Ed's questions for that matter, right? Am I a different person when I speak to Nick than when I speak to Trevor, than when I speak to Ed? And I can tell you that when I speak to my wife, is she seeing a different person? Now, I would like to think that I'm always the same person.
That's
Right?
ridiculous.
But I can tell you that this morning when I was having a conversation with Trevor, I was questioning, because he was asking some questions. And, we have these kind of deep conversations. They're kind of revealing of who we are as a person, right? So it's an early morning. We're doing this great walk. It's beautiful. You're kind of having a very lateral thought. And we're also friends. So I really feel that sometimes, and, there's banter between Nick and I a lot. And I really feel that I can say anything to Nick and it would be always taken in a way that it's intended without being offensive. But sometimes I feel I'm almost finessing the conversation. And so the question I want to ask you is, all of us really, is in our conversations, are we revealing who we really are?
No,
Or are we, is it always a lie?
it's always a lie.
Yeah.
I am an absolute total fucking dick.
Well, when you say lie, I don't
Like-
think it's a lie. I do think
It's masks. There's like a Japanese thing about like there's 3 masks: what you show
Yeah.
the world, what you show your friends, and who you truly are. Which is even then is a big pile of horseshit.
yes. So the most important part of that is even the fucking shit you're doing when it's just you by yourself is not true. You never really know.
It's pretty close. It's closer.
So do you know who you are then?
Fuck.
If you're always false,
I'm so negative. I have to actively push to be positive and nice. Well, I really want to like slash and burn everything.
I mean, I don't ever want to
interesting because
slash and burn
okay, so
everything. I want
that's
to
you
create.
are. I would have not said that about you, but I would have said that about Nick. Are you a slash and burner?
I don't want to. When you say slash and burn, I don't want to fucking be like. I want to succeed. I want to have money. I want to be comfortable. I also, though, do constantly hold back my personal feelings on what everything is and how nothing matters because nobody wants to fucking be around somebody like that.
Same.
Nobody wants to be around somebody who has the feelings that I actually have, and the implications of my beliefs are so bad that I don't even really look at them all.
So who knows you then? Who knows who you are?
I would argue nobody ever fucking knows who anybody really is. I've made that argument before. You don't know how you'd fucking react in the darkest of darkest scenarios. I don't think you do. I don't know how I would.
I think
I know
there's
a way I'd like to think I'd act.
I think there's a possibility that one dog that I've had knows my true self. Like that's it. That I disregard that the dog is around me at certain points while I'm at home alone. The dog was around me and I acted like my true. That's the only observer that has observed me.
I mean, that's a cop out. Dogs don't have the ability to truly fucking observe to that level. So, I mean, their brains are only this fucking big. They don't have the ability to comprehend and understand empathy, and they have the feeling to recognize patterns. And when they care about you enough, they're going to follow the patterns that make you happy because you're their security and food provider. But they don't have the ability of empathy. Empathy is putting yourself in somebody else's brain and trying to figure that out. That is what I think really creates who you are.
That's the second time I've heard empathy today, and I don't think I'm very empathetic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't give a shit.
I feel the jury selection comes with a huge portion of emotional EQ, and emotional EQ is the ability to be empathetic. I don't think I have.
Well,
I think I could see it, but I don't really care.
Can I argue your point though that I think that you see other personalities, but I don't think when I say you empathize, I don't think you put yourself in their shoes.
I agree with that.
So I would say you're not empathetic.
I could see what they're
but
doing.
you can see what the move is.
Yes.
Yeah, you read people well, but you always see the shoe that you're wearing as the right shoe, and theirs is.
Well, that's because
I don't really
if
care.
I put myself in their brain to say what would I do next, I actually do the opposite because I'm like, well, this person's an idiot and I'm smart, so they're going to do what an idiot does, not a smart person, and I'm right most of the time.
I would say that I in terms of the three of us, I would say that I'm the most empathetic. I do really.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would argue with that.
Yeah, I really try
I think
very
that's
hard.
pretty fucking clear.
But what I'm questioning is whether that is really who I am, and I don't know. I think that I'm if you really ask me what I'm about, I would say that I'm very self-centered. I'm extremely narcissistic. I'm extremely judgmental on all people all the time. And the fact that I can actually say that I'm empathetic, and I do actually put myself in other people's shoes, I think that's the most fictitious me I could ever portray. But it's what I actually do exude with people. A lot of people come to me because they feel that I'm empathetic, and I do sincerely give people, I do try and help and guide and give people all the time I have. But I think that it's a bullshit kind of aura that I'm creating. And that's why I'm putting that to you guys as to whether I'm actually finding that to be quite frustrating about everyone that I deal with, that nobody is actually sincere.
I mean, I think that's the true nature of humanity. I don't think anybody's actually sincere. If you're ever, I mean, there's always going to be people who see benefit, who feel benefit from the good feelings of others. They'll always help out. They'll always do what they can do for other people. But I think the true nature of humanity is not anywhere near that.
I think I think every relationship is constant manipulation. Every fucking relationship.
I mean,
it's so like if you
wild.
like not necessarily, but like you brought this up previously. A few recordings ago, said something to the effect of, "I get the dopamine dump off of rituals." I said something to the effect of like, everything should be more like a ritual instead of immediate gratification. And your argument or your observation was that I get the same dopamine dump by delayed gratification than
Correct.
immediate. Okay.
Yes.
I think that along those same lines, even somebody that is perceivably kind, there's still dopamine involved, and it's just a mechanism of if other people generically understand the interactions of that relationship to be good or bad. So let me pose this.
Sure.
I have a concept, or I've been working on a concept that, and it directly refers to Mother Teresa, that it was an easy target in my exploration, that she was perfect, like completely selfless, giving, all these other things. My argument is though, like, she wanted to get to heaven. Like it's still self-serving in the end. Even like you do all these other things same thing as then to compare it to the ritual. That's just her way of being happy, is to do all these crazy things that the rest of humans quantify as. So then if you take all that information and break it down, I think that good, bad, and different, that every relationship is just some sort of manipulation.
Well, I mean, the leap from what you just said and her Mother Teresa's reaction to being manipulative, I think it's one of scale that you can't buy into to actively engage in society. I think that every human being is a self-contained box where everything that's going on in our brain, nobody else ever possibly knows. Goes along with all the arguments like the color I see is red, could be a different color that you see is red.
Without a doubt.
Nobody would ever know. We have this box that
we have
nobody can ever fucking see inside.
Generic thing of bullshit that says like that's green, but we see different shades of green.
I mean, no, all you have is stimulus going to your brain. Your brain categorizes it in a certain way, and this is the color we see. And I mean, there's anecdotal evidence that what we see is the same, but you never know. You only think.
So one of the things that I've thought about since this morning's discussion about why I'm so kind of fictitious, and I hate saying that about myself, but I think that, we agree that it's what we do, right? We respond to the situation we're at. I feel that the point that I will get to, that when I just kind of call it as I see it, and have people see me for exactly who I am, is when I have $100 million in my bank account.
Okay.
So I'm saying that until I get to, and I'm using that as a metaphor for financial.
But that wouldn't be the real you either. That would just be.
No, I'm just
that
saying.
would just be your character being played in a fucking world, dude. Listen.
Well, wait. Let me understand. So you're saying if you have 100 million, you wouldn't care.
His
about,
hands are unchained to the person
and
that
then
he is.
complete
Then you get
financial independence.
He feels
Complete
as though
independence.
if he had, but what you don't understand is complete financial independence comes with its own fucking realm
I
of
understand.
problems.
I'm trying
and
to.
those problems create a different fictitious PR. Two things. First, anybody listening to this thinks that you are not fictitious. They think that what you're saying right now is bullshit because you're the fucking most positive fucking nerd, self-positive person that I've ever met. Secondly, there is no way to shed this mask. You can't fucking be super rich so it doesn't matter. You can't be super poor so this doesn't matter. You can't be in a vacuum so it doesn't matter. There is none of that because you're not just masking it for everybody else, PR. You're fucking masking it for yourself. We're listening to you mask it right now. Where I'm listening to you talk about how fake you think you are is a fucking mask that you have for yourself. Like, that's you masking it to yourself, or you don't even know the fucking real you.
Yeah, I get that, and I'm saying that.
So $150 million ain't gonna fucking help.
How do I get to a point where I'm saying that? So we talk about this in a way that says it's therapeutic, and every experience that we have, we should be able to work on how you get out of that, right? And
that's your take on it.
So
that's the positivity take on it. Some of this shit you can't work your way out of. Like, dude, you can't fucking cure every disease. A lot of diseases you can only make a little bit better. And the who you really are and you're facing that is not something that you can ever fix and meet fucking nirvana. You're going to always be fucking terrible. The nature of you as a human being is garbage. And you just have a good foundation that you should embrace that makes everybody think that you're positive and clearly brings you happiness. You entered other human beings into this fucking world because you thought it was okay. Like, you've lived a life of positivity and positive gains. Why are you so upset about it?
There is a possibility that because PR is seemingly the kindest and nicest out of all of us, that he's actually the serial killer.
Yeah, well, I'll bet my fucking ability to read people that ain't right.
Yeah, interesting, because I was trying to.
It's Ed. That's why.
Yeah.
I was trying to work
Ed's
out.
got bodies under the fucking basement.
What would be a way for me
they're
to
a
try
team.
to understand who the hell am I? I'd like to have like this whoop that you guys put on your hand.
Oh man, get on the
You know,
train, baby.
And to say, I want to have
what are
one
you
of those
talking about?
to measure.
Fitness tracker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you and one of the dynamics is that, are you being honest with yourself in that conversation? So, and then that tracker says, no, you haven't.
The answer is no, but truthfully, you say you're manipulating people, Trevor. You say you don't know when to tell when you're being truthful. The truth is, when you're manipulating or when you're talking to that person, that is fucking you, bro. Like if you're not actively lying, and even if you're actively lying, you're trying to achieve some goal. This is who you are. It's fucking terrible. There's no way around it. What you're trying to do is say, oh, this fake manipulative shit, I'd like to fix it because I'd like to be a better human being. The truth is, that's who you are. Like,
I don't want to fix it.
Like,
I want to be more honest all the time and say what I really think, which is fucking terrible.
and it may end up with you fucking losing positive shit that you care about in your life. Like, we live in a fucking culture of rules. Our culture, American culture in the year 2025, is a little bit more forgiving of us telling the truth and who we really are than there has been a lot of human history. And it could be different in 5 years. For where it could be different if we were in a different country. Where we're at right now, the three of us, being successful business owners, being where we're at, have figured out a way to fucking navigate it. And what we've created is the person who has that ability and is the most digestible of who we are. But if you really dig down deep into a PR, the truth is, man, we're all a pile of fucking garbage. And there is no way that all the therapy in the world is going to fucking fix it.
Okay, Prince of Misery.
Yikes.
Was that too much?
No, but I don't.
PR just looked at his watch. He's like, shit.
Oh my God.
He's like, I wonder if Dr. Feldstein's got time for a therapy session later on today. He just fucking
Dr. Phil, yeah.
taught me.
Yeah. No, that was pretty profound, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna use that as my challenge to say that I would like to know, because I know that I'm a different person when I'm with my kids. I know that I'm a different, because I had to think about this morning, right? I know when I'm with my wife, I'm a different person.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when I'm with Trevor and with you, Nick, and with Ed, depending on what the situation is, I respond to issues differently.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking to myself, and then, and the rest of the community that we live in, right? And we work in, okay? And I just don't think that anyone actually sees the real me. And then I have to think to myself, so what the fuck is the real you? And I know that I like wine, I like hanging out, I like having a drink, I like doing certain things. But in reality, I can't do that all the time. And I don't really enjoy doing that all the time.
The real you is the conduct that you can get, that your ability to have things that make you happy that outweigh the things that make you miserable. That is the real you. And through these relationships, you're spouting shit that you think brings you more happy. And this fits with your Mother Teresa fucking theory. Like, you're going to live your life navigating it in a way that in your short-term interest and your long-term interest, the conduct that you're doing creates more happiness than fucking misery and sadness. And you faking it in front of this group of people, you got this business class group of people that you act one way in front of. Yeah. You got the people that you've known since you were 5 years old. You act one way in front of them. And when you're fucking completely by yourself, you act a completely different way. All of this, though, is measured positive versus negative responses that you're making. So when you ask me who the real you is, you are being the real you. You're just changing it per circumstance based on your subjective idea of positive versus negative.
So here's why it kind of it kind of was highlighted this morning, right? Because when Trevor and I have a conversation about his quotes, and he has this thing about, he likes to be able to cut right to the chase and say it, boom, in a quote form, right? Which is kind of the most, and he feels least amount of words, maximum impact, use a quote.
It's a
right?
fun game.
And but then I was liking that part of it. The part of the conversation that I was kind of, what the fuck, where's this going, was that he went to the dark side of the quotes. I like the dark quotes. I like the ones that are just gonna the way I took it was I like the offending quotes. I like the ones that are gonna be maximum impact that's gonna offend, right? Now, if I was being authentic me, who I am, I would have said, fuck you, Trevor. That is completely off. I don't like that idea. And I don't want to have anything to do with you, right? But like, I continued on listening,
because you made a choice right then that what he's saying is offensive to you. It's something that you would view as a negative. But what you derive from his friendship is more positivity in the short term and the long term than the negative of that personal experience. So you rationalized it and conducted yourself in a way that responds thusly.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking about in all of that conversation is that how many times am I surrounding myself with people that actually may not like me as well, or not like what I'm saying, but just continue on, and then we continue to have this like fake relationship.
That's why I can't go to fucking networking events.
I mean, well, that shit's gonna happen. That's why I go to networking events, but
to manipulate.
No, you can feel it. It's not manipulation. I'm fucking being. I'm not if you are lying to somebody, if you're gaslighting somebody, that's manipulation. If I'm like, listen, if you fucking do this, I'll do this for you, and then you don't do it, that's lying and manipulation. If you're just conducting yourself, everybody's in this mutual leverage game. There is no fucking manipulation.
Well, I mean, I could go with leverage, but it's still a battle of energy. I don't know how to define that in Sedul terms, but like choosing the light side or the dark side.
So here's
you just choose your side. It's just mine happens to be darker because I feel my opinion of the world is darker than most people's opinion of the world.
So do you think that because we have spent so much time together on the podcast, or I spend so much time with my wife, that she is and you guys are closer to knowing who I really am, not the real me? Like, let's say
I think I fucking know the real you.
Yeah. So let's say the
I
conversation.
I don't think we know the real PR because we have never seen him in a crisis and or life or death situation.
Well,
I think that reveals a shit ton about a person.
But he's also told us a story that either was true or not true about him being locked in a room with a fucking dude who's gonna they were watching gay porn and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And either he was telling the truth about that story, which tells me one thing about him, or he was lying about that story, which tells me something else. Either way, I can fucking rationalize that with who I know to be PR. I agree with you. You never really know until you're faced with that fucking
No, but that story didn't say anything about me other than I want to get the fuck out of that room. He was there with his folks watching porn.
I mean, no. It tells me that you are such a fucking people pleaser and a positivity guy that you allowed yourself to be in that fucking room to begin
No,
with.
he didn't. He was a school bully.
Yes.
I had no choice.
Fair. I had school bullies, and I was never in a close rape scenario with any of them.
Yeah, but I mean, he came out. We were trying to buy. Somebody was gone into the store to buy some illegal
You're
alcohol.
You're scrambling
Yeah,
here.
don't worry. You're making it sound.
No, but I'm saying that I'm not a. So in that instance, I was trying to escape. I would say that would reveal almost nothing about me. But
Fair. Whatever you say.
But today's discussion to me was the reason why I was processing it is that I was actually listening and saying I'm not giving Trevor my honest opinion, but I do feel that because we've had these conversations for over a year, and we spent a lot of time together, I think that I'm closer to knowing who you are, and I'd like to think that you are closer to knowing who I am.
You're staring at me. You're talking about Trevor, though?
No,
You're
both
talking
of you.
about me.
Both of you. I'd say that you're closer to knowing who I really am because you'd know in several situations how I would respond.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to think that my wife would also know how I would respond in most situations. Does she know who exactly I am? I don't think so, because my thesis is that I don't actually know who I am, right? But I do feel that I'm that my closest friends and my wife probably has a good idea as to who I am. She's seen me in my, when I've been most compromised.
You know who knows me more than anybody is my dad. I can be absolutely as close to what I think myself is around my dad, which is pretty textbook, like what's somebody that doesn't have feelings?
A psychopath?
Pretty much. I can flat out say, like, I understand this, and this, and this. I mean, that's a horrible way to go about this, but I can ask him. I can say, what would a normal human being do that has empathy, and what should I do? Because it doesn't register to me off the bat to be kind or considerate, and I have revealed to my dad, like, I don't know how to be human. What do humans do?
So, I mean, I could say a couple of things about that. First thing that I was going to say was that I've been really interested in Trevor's transformation for this reason. PR, I got a good beat on you. I've kind of always known.
Yeah.
Trevor, like, what interested me about Trevor and hanging out with Trevor long ago was that I don't fucking get him. And that is most interesting to me, because most people I kind of got where they're going, where they're coming from, what they want, what they need. Most people are pretty clear. Trevor is not. And I've been interested to watch that transformation, but then I have to combine that with what you just said about your father. The other side of that is not that your dad knows you that well. It's that you conduct yourself in a way that your father then pushes you when you ask for that advice. So it's not, he knows you because he's creating who that is based on your conversations of merit and meaning.
I don't get it.
So, like, early on in my life, I had those conversations with my father,
Okay.
and I noticed I went in the paths that he would suggest that that's the way I act.
Okay.
Then I spent 3 years away from him while I was in law school and realized that anything that I had fucking learned, the way that I had conducted my life, there was a lot of positive to it, but the majority of it was not who I fucking am. But I needed that time away where I really kind of gained my own who I am. So I
know
before law school, I would have said exactly what you just said.
I know who I am, and I'm not asking him to direct me in
So you really think that
who I imagine? It's more situations that I need to interact in because of business that I don't know how to act as just a normal human being.
And that, so I mean, you say you know who you are, but you really think that who you are is that you have that there are situations where you have no fucking emotion whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
All right.
When when I go home and I'm by myself, theoretically with that last mask off, I am deadpan. Totally deadpan. I know how to and around people I know how to perform. I know how to get jokes. I do my best to put on a show, which is when I get home, I'm like, show's over.
Fuck, dude, we've talked about it, but I like when I'm alone, I'm never like my inner voice is so fucking loud all the time. It's like it's as if there's fucking two people there. Like I'm like I hear like I'm me and myself are talking to each other constantly if I'm by myself about all kinds of random shit. It's pretty rad.
I love.
Yeah. Are we wrapping it up?
Yeah. All right.
I mean, we could talk about inner voice again. We've talked about inner voice before. But I think we're getting the hand signal
on the next
time
episode.
To move on to, yeah.
Let's move on to Mother Licking Funkler Nuggets.
Woo-wee.
I only have less than a handful. I went to Taproom at Dubsdread. Did we ever talk about this?
Shit, bro. No, but that's on my fucking list.
Really? You went to Taproom?
When'd you go?
After the podcast last Sunday for my dad's birthday.
I went Thursday, so we can discuss.
Yeah. I ordered a filet, not very good, but it wasn't bad. It was 1,000 times better than Firebirds.
Yeah, I mean,
but not going to Christner's or Linda's. Service was great. I love the atmosphere there. It's like belonging to a country club without having to pay dues.
yeah, it's what it feels like to me, an old school country club. Like,
I like the architecture. It's all wood.
Caddyshack or some shit. Like I'm walking in the 80s.
It's pretty great. It's been a while since I've been there. I used to go there all the time, especially after playing golf. The bartenders were great. They know you by first name. They take care of you. They usually memorize your drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a great time. I got filet and crab cake. Crab cake was not crab cakey. Did you get a crab cake too?
Yeah, I got the exact same fucking meal you got.
My mom got the special, which was meatloaf. The meatloaf was pretty fucking badass. Can't really remember what the rest of the table got, but yeah, really all in all pleasant experience. It's the dinner menu is not really my style. I prefer to go there midday and do like the old, cheeseburger, club sandwich, chef salad.
The fucking burger melt is fucking great.
Just the regular country club standards. Yeah. But I don't know. I like it there. I'll go back.
So I went Tuesday. I'm sorry. I went there Tuesday, and with the other attorney who works with me, I had the exact same meal you did, filet with crab cake, and it's the same analysis. It's a good filet. It's nothing fucking to write home about, but I'm not going to Taproom to get a great steak. I went to Taproom. The filet was good. I had the crab cake. I thought it was great. It's exactly how I like crab cake. It's not breaded as much. It's a lot more crab forward, seared on both sides. That was crunchy, which I like. I like it cooked.
See, I like mine cooked. The one that I got was a little like mushy.
Okay, mine was fucking blackened, like seared on both sides. Perfect.
Yeah. I'll have to ask him to do extra done or something next time.
We had like the fried cauliflower, which was delicious, I thought. The bang bang shrimp, great, and they have excellent bourbon choices there. So thoroughly enjoyed Taproom. Is that the only one you got?
Yeah, did the Fit Funkler walk this morning. That's every Sunday now. If I can make it, hopefully, even if I can't make it, the walk continues with the group that's forming. So, yeah.
Thursday I did Christner's.
Love Christner's.
So, and I sat at the bar, and there's a secret seat. So when you walk, not the front bar to the left, but you walk through all the way to the back on the right. And on the right side of the bar, there is a seat that hooks around the corner.
Right underneath the TV.
Yes. So Linda and I got that one and the other two on the corner. It was excellent. Same bartender, the lady, she fucking remembered me, knew my drink order, knew Linda's drink order. We had the ahi tuna, which is fucking great there as an appetizer. And this time we tried the fried shrimp. We usually get the shrimp sampler. We had the fried shrimp, which is only 3 shrimp that come out, but they're huge, lightly breaded, just perfection. I had the large New York strip, which we did medium, perfect, and we only ate half and brought half home and made it for breakfast. So we split that, and we also split a wedge salad and then sides. So and we actually ordered a carrot cake to go, which is such a huge slice. We ended up eating only a little bit of it, like at home, chilling. So Christner's, of course, always positive. And then yesterday, I went to Coco for the air show, and it was fucking awesome. When was the last time you guys went to like a legit, I mean, this is from Patrick Air Force Base, legit air show?
I grew up in Wichita, Kansas, which is home of McConnell Air Force Base. It's been 35, 40 years.
So, I mean, this shit, man, every once in a while you get those great fucking opportunities to see like the might that we have. And when you see an F-22, Linda was telling me which one is which, you know, because she works for Lockheed. They're showing all these crazy fucking planes. But you see an F-22 hauling ass and just stops midair and is just hovering there. Incredible. And then tilts up, fucking shoots up, comes fucking back down, and then just takes off. And you're watching it and you're just like, dude. And as it's coming at you, silence. You don't hear anything until it's past. I'm like, you see one of these fucking things, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like your day is about to be fucking bad.
Okay,
so,
it's gonna be a bad day.
And then what they had was the F-22 crazy maniac doing all kinds of crazy. Like they had a couple of those doing it, and then they had the propeller, like World War II F-22 plane, like the equivalent that they had meet up with it, and then they were doing maneuvers together and shit. It was unreal. I love that shit. You know, I'm not all about over expressing our fucking military dominance, but when you see something like that, it really makes you think. Brilliant. And I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. So highly recommend. I know they do that, I think second or third, the weekend after the 4th of July every year. They do it over in Cocoa, so I recommend that if anybody ever has the opportunity.
Nice.
Check that out. So those are my Funkler nuggets.
Great.
What you got, PR?
So 2 nuggets. The one is, the one that we've chatted about a bit, the Chapman. I did a group there. About 10 or 12 of us went on Thursday evening. We sat outside. The place was pretty packed. It was 6 o'clock. So, which is nice. You know, it's a quiet time of the year now. And so I didn't expect it to be that busy. It was very busy. Here's the thing is that I know the consensus is that the service is bad. I don't think anyone has said to me emphatically that the service was good. I did not have a negative experience at all. I would say my experience was good. And I was ready for a bad experience. So let's put it that way. Antoine was the guy. So because we were sitting outside, I needed to go in to get served. And I ordered a round for the whole group of 10. So I was ordering a big group, you know, and so they could have messed it up. I didn't wait long. I do agree, though, that they can have more people serving at the bar, right? There was only 2 people there. I'm not sure, Nick, when you went.
When I was there, the problem was that there were 4, but 2 of them weren't doing shit. Like, they're just fucking sitting there twiddling their... Literally, one of them was twiddling their thumbs, literally, at one point.
So I was fortunate that, I got attention quite quickly. And then I said to the guy, I'm sitting outside. I'm going to order a group of 10. He said to me, it's 5 to 6. Our happy hour closes at 6. I said to him, I'm going to double the order for certain people. Will you give me the happy hour price? He said, absolutely, which I said was a tick, right? He could have said, listen, your second drink's going to come after. He didn't. He made a plan, which was good. I like that idea, right?
I like it.
And, so we had, and he was then happy because I couldn't carry all the drinks out and there was big conversation going on. He was happy to help, with the drinks out. So I thought that whole experience was very positive.
Good.
He then watched me drink my wine, clearly. And then when I was down with my first glass, he brought the second glass out.
Good stuff. Well, maybe they're getting better, man. That's good to hear.
And I thought, wow, that was good. So
they
I had
must
to give
have been
him full
listening to
marks.
our podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure it's us. I'm sure we're the reason that they're getting better, yeah.
Well, he must have. But I would say the Chapman, for example, I looked at the food of people sitting there. It looked good.
Did you eat?
No.
Okay.
I didn't eat. It was just drinks. But what I can say is the food looked good.
Nice.
I can also say that it's very obvious that they spent a lot of money on that venue.
Oh, no question about it.
They absolutely...
I was on record saying I think it's gorgeous inside.
It's a great venue.
Like, it's beautiful
right?
inside. Yeah.
It's busy, so people want to go to the Chapman. The service I had was good. I did mention to him that to Antoine that I think maybe you guys can do with 1 or 2 more barmen, and he did say yes, they are working on that.
Nice.
So that was
maybe
Thursday
they're
night.
actively trying. Maybe it's going to get better. You can't really hold a plate. Like the 3 times I've been there have all been within the first couple of months they were open. I mean, like I said, if people like you are giving me positive results, like I'll give it I'll give it another try
chance.
over
Yeah.
and over and over again.
Absolutely.
I really will.
And then last night, Yegs and I went to Coro.
Good man.
And let me tell you, that is quite an experience.
Fucking right.
It is. It's all small plates. It's on Korean.
Yes.
It's all small plates.
Very veggie forward, which I think Yegs probably
Yegs
appreciate.
is vegetarian, but what I like about it, right? So firstly, it's all local ingredients. Everything is sourced from the area. The menu changes all the time, so you can't kind of, have an idea. Small plates, and they really, you serve by the chefs.
So you have no servers. So the idea at Koro is that you have small plates, it's veggie forward, and there's no servers. Everybody is a chef with an open kitchen, and the chefs are bringing you stuff. Different chefs are coming over asking for your drink order and for your food order.
Yeah, and so I would say that it's well priced. It's not exorbitant.
Totally.
So I would say that it's a really incredible dining experience for a special evening, or a fun evening. It's not you don't have to be quiet. It's not fine dining. It's really good dining.
What's it cost a head?
I would say that
I think I paid $160 for me and Linda, but we had a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I would put. We were just over that. Maybe we tried a few more dishes.
Maybe, yeah.
But I would say that you can work on your budget. But I enjoyed the vibe. It's not quiet. It's pretty noisy. The chefs coming out, interacting with you. What I do like about the food, though, is if you like a kind of a taste explosion in your mouth, like I like that idea, right?
We know you like explosions in your mouth.
Yes, they really, went with putting together some good stuff, and it's all. So I wouldn't say it's sushi. I wouldn't say it's Italian. I'd say it's experimental.
I mean, it's
almost.
definitely not sushi.
No.
There's no sushi dishes.
Well, I had a salmon, almost like a salmon sashimi, like a starter thing.
Oh shit! Well, when I was there, there was no raw fish dish,
and
at
it was
all.
This was yesterday. They had like a few raw fish options,
cool.
but I would say that it all depends what they have, right?
Yeah.
But it's not any one of those. It's just experimental. They kind of really just, there was a dish that I had yesterday, which was their pasta, kind of a pasta thing, which was it was the first time they had it on offer.
Mm-hmm.
It was pasta with pockets of pasta with some nduja and squid. It was absolutely extraordinary.
Very
so
cool.
yeah, it was. I would put it as next to Foreigner, it's probably one of my favorite dining experiences.
What are we? What are we doing on time?
I think we're about wrapped up.
Oh,
here.
are we? We could talk about Prado at some other time because
Yeah.
that shit is fucking hilarious. I think.
We'll save it for the next one.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thank you for listening. The DJ, the Young and the Restless over here, and the Prince of Misery joining me as always. Let's see. Special thanks to Ed, the wizard and super producer. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. We love hearing from our fellow Funklers, so please leave comments, questions, and requests. Connect with us on social media for adventures throughout the week. And
See you in the promised land, sexy man.
drive fast, take chances.